Ah, there we go. My mic was not working. Let me start over. Hello, if we have anybody in the chat. Hello. Hope you guys are doing well. So today I'm gonna be focused on the models. Sorry about my extra messy head. I gotta get a haircut. I gotta see if I can schedule one. Um, so today I'm gonna be focused mostly on the models and getting some of that stuff going. Because it's time to start working on the designs. The level generator is mostly pretty good. There's a few little bugs and stuff that I need to work out. But they're like tiny ones I think I can figure out. I don't think they're going to be too serious. And then good news, I did order some replacement controllers for my Index. I have not managed to get the Knuckles controllers, which has really irritated me. But I ordered some Vive ones, which I'll use for the time being. So yeah, hopefully those will at least do the trick for what I'm trying to do. I'm not really focused on hand tracking or anything right now, although I do want to see if I can add that in later on. But that'll be a later thing once I can get all that going again. Where is? Oh, let's jump into. I think it was this one. Did I not push it? Hold on here. I started work on some of these designs, and I don't think I transferred it from my laptop over to the desktop like I thought I did. Let's see, I think it was in here. Oh, not that one. Yeah, I didn't push it. Hold on. I want to make sure I have everything pushed. My water's in the way here. Move some of this around. My desk is getting a little cluttered. I gotta clear it off later. Go. All right, let me go and pull that down real quick. Okay. Pull. There we go. Oh, oh, that's right. I was starting to clear stuff. Oh, did I ever make sure that was working? I had forgotten I started clearing out my my content browser, and then I had Unreal Engine crash, and I never checked to make sure it was working. Let me see real quick. I think I'm gonna need the Altiverse project open anyways. Blender, the way I've been doing the models in Blender, I haven't been doing like the shading or anything like that, so I have been importing them into Unreal just to see what they actually look like. I'm using solid colors for everything, so a lot of the detail is kind of just in the way that the shading is done and in how the models I'm designing are made. So they end up looking quite a bit better in Unreal than they do in Blender, in my opinion. So I at least want to have it open so we can see how all these are looking in Unreal. Okay, well that's opening. Let me go and open up the blend file real quick. Is it here? There it is. I am aiming for the quest, yeah. So far, it looks like the quest should do just fine. So I decided to change what the first level is going to be. Originally, the first level is going to be a dungeon. I'm going to change it around a little bit. It's basically going to be basically an extended sort of tavern. And so, but the dungeon level, it had quite a bit more going on, at least in terms of the model, and it ends up running just fine. I had like no performance dips or anything like that. It ran just fine. I did just a few improvements that should just kind of help with performance, but I haven't run into any performance issues in a little bit, so I don't think it's going to be too much of a problem. So long as I am mostly pretty careful. What is going on here? Following member variables, physical animation have invalid type. Would you like to remove them? Oh. Okay. That's probably why I had that crash. Alright. There we go. Alright, so I can go and give you a quick little preview as well. Let me go and open up OBS real quick. Let me switch over here. Now I got some of this open. Alright, it's a little cluttered here. Let me open to this one. So this was kind of generally what it ended up looking like. A little something like this. I think I may want to see if I can't darken it up a bit. Which shouldn't be too difficult. I'm using just a single texture for everything, and that seems to work just fine. Let me show you that real quick. So I'm using this one. So I have just like 4 little textures. I'm just calling them palettes. So all of them just kind of have different colors I'm going to use for each world. And then on top of that, in the medieval one, it's made a little bit more yellow, just because the way that I made the material. I want it to look a little bit more like a rough paper. I think you might have been here when I was going through that at night. Maybe it was someone else. I don't know. But anyways, so this is generally what it ended up looking like. Ended up being like a lot of browns and stuff. I have some brighter colors, which I think I'll probably end up using for things like the potion bottles, the books, weapons, the players, basically all the more important stuff, I would say, in the level. And then I'm using more the duller colors for the actual environment itself for this one. But instead of doing this for the first level and the medieval character, I'm actually going to go for more of just an extended tavern. So I'm still going to keep this because I'm still planning on using this. It's just going to be moved to level 2. Because I decided to change the order of the levels a bit. And add one in there for this one. Yeah, I think you might have been here. So this is kind of what I started working on. So I had some pictures. Let me see if I can grab them real quick. That's not what I meant to do. New window. There we go. I pulled it up on my laptop, but I should be able to find it. Medieval tavern. I don't remember if I was looking at medieval tavern or if I was looking up like medieval low poly tavern. Let's see here. There was one that I really liked that I was kind of trying to base some of the design off of. This one looks pretty nice. Actually, I'm gonna open that in another image for later, just in case. New tab. Try to see if I can find the one that I really liked. I have it saved on my laptop, but I don't have it on my desktop. I didn't bring it over like I probably should have. I didn't pass it, did I? I don't think it was that far down. I could probably bring it over from my laptop real quick, just so I have a reference. Yeah, I am not seeing it here. I might have looked up something different. I do kind of like this one as well. This one's a pretty good idea here. So basically what I'd like to go for. So this is what I'm kind of going for in this design here. What I'm going for is basically a wooden floor. Okay. So I'm thinking wooden floor. And then I wanted the walls to look a little more something like... Neither of these get it perfectly. A little more like if you took this part off here and just went from this wood up. I wanted the walls to look a little more something like this, where we had more of a flat colored wall. And then we had some wooden posts periodically placed around them. I had another design that I really liked that I was trying to loosely base it off of. But I'm not seeing it perfectly in any of the just little pictures I was trying to pull up. But just so I have it, maybe I can go ahead and switch it over. Where did I save it? I think I had it in my downloads. Yeah, this was it. I really like this one. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I don't know if this is from something. It actually does have an artist's name, and then it's called Osborne's Inn. I don't know if it's from something. Let me see. Osborne's Inn. Medieval Tavern. Yeah, here it is. I don't know if this is from something. Maybe if... I don't know if we have anybody who'd be able to tell me if this is from something. I really like this design, though. There were a few things that I wanted to see if I could try and mimic. Open image in new tab. So I really liked this general design. There's a few things that I don't want to do and I don't really like. But I liked quite a bit about what was going on here. So I wanted to see if I could try and figure out a way to mimic just a little bit of texture in the walls, like some of these lines and stuff. I think I have to do it a little bit differently, though. And probably what I have to do, I think I have an idea for that. I'm going to try something. What I'm going to do, Control R here. Let me exit out of UV mode here for a sec. There we go. Okay. So what I'm going to try, I'm going to put just a couple lines here. If I were to take this and just kind of bevel it, I wonder if it'll kind of leave like a small indent. Because I want for it to look just a little bit worn. It doesn't need to be super. I want for the tavern to be a generally nice place. But I did want it to look just a little bit worn. Let me see. I don't know what would be the best way of doing this. Maybe like if I just cut inside it a little bit. I don't know. What if I did something like this? What if I extruded it and moved it back a little bit? And then maybe what I could do, that might be a little too far. So I could just kind of scale it down just a bit. Just along the x-axis. I don't know if that's quite going to get what I wanted. I don't know that I can quite duplicate that. It might be a little... Might be something I just can't do. Yeah, I don't think that's going to turn out right. I think I'm going to have to leave that alone. But I would like to see if there's another way I might be able to add just a little bit of texture to this wall. Because I don't like that so flat. I did want to see if I could add something. The other thing I could do as well is I could have like portraits or something that I can put on the wall. Or I wanted to see if I could eventually have like windows. Except instead of being able to see through them, you had just like a like maybe it was like just a very bright blue or something like that. And that might also add just a little bit more color to the tavern levels. And that might be something that I want to do. I'm not going to be using these kinds of little candles here either. And tables, I think I do want to redesign my tables. I don't know that I like the design I have. I don't know that I like this design either, but so yeah, this was generally what I was going for. So we got, I'll leave it like this for now. So we'll have a wall that we can reuse. We have the floor. So I just need a ceiling. So let me go and hide these real quick. Actually, let me rename these. Floor, ceiling. All right. Let's see what we can do for the ceiling. Because I think the ceiling is going to be the difficult part. Because it's got to be something I can easily reuse. Go and shift this up a little bit. There we go. All right. So now let's work. I named this the wrong thing, didn't I? That was supposed to be the wall. And then this one's supposed to be the ceiling. There we go. All right. So let's see what we can do with the ceiling now. Because there's got to be something I can easily reuse. That was the wrong thing. Hold on. I meant to look up Medieval Tavern. Oh, now it showed up as the very first thing up here. Oh, this was one that this was another one of the images I pulled up that I liked. Oh, let me pull this one up. Because I do want to have a little bit of texture. I think I may want to have like some beams, something like this up here. I think that's going to be something I kind of want to aim for. Image new tab. Let's have a look at these real quick. So I don't want to have just like one set of beams like that, I don't think. Because it does look pretty clean, but I want to add just, I want to see if I can add just like a little bit more detail or something into this. That image might be a little too small. I'm thinking what I might do is something a little closer to this and have more like, it looks like there's like some wooden planks or something that kind of run across perpendicular to the actual wood planks that are kind of holding up that roof. And I think that's something I may want to aim for because I think it'll add just a little bit more detail, a little more something like this, I think. I wonder if maybe what I have to do is I have to have the ceiling as like two parts. Maybe I have like the planks, which I might even be able to duplicate the floor as part of the ceiling because that's basically what the floor is. The floor is just like wooden planks. And then I can have like some beams running across. And maybe what I can do is I can even have like one central beam. And then what I can do is I can kind of expand it a bit. Actually, I don't know if I can do that. Because the smallest room that I have is 10 by 10. And the tiles that I'm using are 2 by 2. So it wouldn't even reach fully the halfway. I think I might have to do something a little closer in line to this. Where we just got one beam running across and the wood. I do like the idea of having some sort of like little decorative element though to the edge, because I see that in a lot of these as well, where we kind of have like a little support beam along the edge, and I kind of like that idea. I'm not using it on the walls like some of these are, but I do like the idea of using that for the roof, just to add a little bit more detail there. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna have it be 2 pieces. We'll have the floor we'll reuse the floor as an asset for the ceiling. And then what I can also do is I can then add that as just sort of a little bit more detail along it. I think that's what I'm gonna do. So let's do, I think I need to remove this maybe. Let's delete this and let's add in probably a cube or something. Okay. All right. There we go. Okay, so let's scale this down a bit first. Actually, let me do this real quick. Ooh. Oh. Forget you have to hold it down the whole time. So let's move this up to 0 real quick. I'll move this down to maybe... say like... Let's bring this down to maybe like 0.2 or something like that. Okay. And then what I'm thinking I'll do... move this over. What I'm thinking is we could probably have like 0.25. There we go. All right. And then what I'm thinking, let's go and take these out real quick. Ooh. Faces. I wonder if I should be using a mirror modifier. Oh well. Oh, you know what though? I wonder how this is gonna look if I scale it. You know what? I think I'm just going to stick with the solid beams for now. I think I'm going to leave this being somewhat simple. Hey, I'm still going to reuse the floor though. I'll just make it a something a little different. Okay. So let's go ahead real quick. Let's go and give this the material. Okay, and all this can honestly just be a shade of brown. I don't think I want to make it the exact same color as the floor. I think... Let me see here. Because I feel like I have a bit too much brown going on. Let me see if maybe... I might do a slightly lighter brown for that. Because I got like this yellowish brown here. I might need to darken up this shade right here. I'm not using this a whole lot. You know what? Let's do this real quick. Hold on. Let's leave it as brown. Let's see what this looks like just in the level. Let me see here. Export. FBX. Assets. Models. I need a new folder here. Let's go and see what this looks like. Let me see, where is, there it is. I'm gonna remove all this real quick. I think I'm probably gonna end up reusing that door for the tavern as well. But I think I want to maybe... Actually, I might end up making it more of a squared off door, I think. Instead of what I got right now. Let's go over here to meshes. New folder. Tavern. And let's go and import this real quick. Let's see. I do not need a material. And let me see. I think it's going to import the texture. Can I do that? Checked. Import textures. Do not. That might be all I can bring in. Or all that I can edit. I think it's going to re-import that texture even though I don't need it to. Oh, it did. Oh, perfect. Bring this up. And let's go ahead and see. Go. All right, let's see what this ends up looking like here. Did I not line that up correctly? God dang it. Alright, I'll have to fix that. Okay, so just so we get a general idea here. So it would end up looking a little something like this. I don't think I had that close enough. I may even want to see if maybe I can add just a little baseboard or something, just to add a little bit more to here. And this is actually a bit low. So it would end up looking a little something like that. This would just need to be scaled out a little bit. That's a little too much. What do I need? Maybe 0.125? That's a little closer. So it end up looking a little something like this. And just so I can get a general idea. Actually, no. I don't think the medieval one has any sort of light effect on it. Let me see here. Fresnel. Yeah, I just have the Fresnel effect on it. So this is generally what it would end up looking like. A little something like this. Which honestly isn't too bad. I think I like using just a little bit more... I don't know if dull is quite the right word to use, but more plain colors for this. And I can use brighter colors for all the more important stuff. I would just need to extend the wall a little bit. Okay. I like it. I think this will do well, at least for the starting. I'm just going to need some more items that I can add in as well. So let's go ahead. I want to fix this up a bit. So let me fix this real quick. Shouldn't be too bad. I just need to scale it up a little bit. I'm on the wrong side. There we go. I'm just going to do this. Let me see here. X1. That might be a little too far. Let me see here. Just bring it a little closer, and then we can just scale this up all the way up to 1 like that. Make it look just a little bit better. I think I actually do want to make a change here real quick too. I think I see an issue with this. Go ahead and remove the floor and the wall real quick. Needs to be shifted over a little bit. Uh, 0.25. That would need to be. Let's see, can I get perfect? 0.25. There we go. Because I need it to be a little shorter along that width because they're actually going to end up connecting to each other. So we can actually, just so we can get a better idea of how this is going to work. That actually needs to go the other way. Okay. And for a 10 by 10 room, it would actually end up a little something like that. Should look pretty good. And then we could also add this in. So it'd end up looking a little something like that. Cool. I think this is Pig Step, yes. This is Game Chops, in case you're curious. And it is Pig Step, yes. Alright, I think I'm going to do this. So originally I was throwing it in another level. I think I'm going to do this real quick. Hold on. And just so you know, Pig Step is an awesome song to be listened to, alright? It's one of my personal Minecraft favorites. I know why it didn't sound right. These are beams. Awesome. Honestly, if there's any, I don't know if there's very many of the Minecraft music discs that I like listening to. I know Pigstep is one I do, I don't mind like listening to here and there. Oh, come on, Unreal. I know Pigstep is one I don't mind listening to. There's another one that I don't mind. I don't remember which one it is. But yeah, I usually don't love like any of the Minecraft music disc songs. I've actually been getting back into Minecraft recently. I do enjoy going back to it here and there. All right. So let me see here. So for here. I think this needs to be -1 actually. I like the one that used the same sample as Little Big Planet. Oh man, I don't even remember last time I played a Little Big Planet game. Let's see here. Little Big Planet. I'm trying to see if I can remember any of the music. I've not played a Little Big Planet since I was very little. I actually did recently pick up the Little Big Planet for PlayStation 4 from like a little thrift shop nearby because I want to go back and play it. Chirp. Let's see here. Minecraft Chirp. I'm not going to stop the other music because I think that's going to, I think that's going to mess with the stream and YouTube's whole restriction stuff. Let me see. Dig Minecraft. I was hoping to see if I could find like the music or something. I don't know if that's going to have it. I might have to look it up later. I think I remember which one that is. Orb of Dreamers. All right. I think I know which one you're talking about. I won't play the music just because I don't want to fight YouTube right now. But but I think I know which one you're talking about. Let's see here. Oh, I didn't think this through. One, two, three, four. No, I didn't think this through at all. Yeah, I know. I had one of my live streams actually get copyright striked. I think it was about 2 weeks ago. I don't know what for though. It was for some music thing, but I listen to Game Chops on all my music. They have no problem with it. They don't copyright things. They even say explicitly that they don't. I think they even say that somewhere. Yeah, here we go. Safe to use as background music for live stream. So I don't know what happened. I did. Yeah, but oh well, I guess at this point. Okay. Let me think this through. I think I'm gonna have to do a little something like this. Let's do. Oh, that was the wrong one. trying to make this pretty modular so I can easily reuse it. So we'll do this 1x2. We'll also create a 1x4. I'm also going to need a 1x10 for sure. Buyers that say up and down, they allow streamers to play their music on stream. Yeah, I know. I've heard about that happening quite a few times. Samples a free sample, which is also used by copyrights on. Really? Yeah, I mean, I don't get copyright striked. Well, I have gotten copyright striked a few times. But I wouldn't say it's super often. I know I've gotten copyright strikes for like some of the streams I do, just kind of going over like the like Meta Connect. I believe I've gotten copyright strikes for. I believe there might even be a few others that I've been. I think there's like a few other live streams that I've done reactions to where I have gotten copyright strike to. I think a couple weeks ago was the first time I ever got striked for music, though, that I can remember at least. I don't think I've gotten striked for music very often. No, actually, you know what? I know at least one of the live stream reaction videos I've done. That one I was striked for actually because one of the ads played music. That striked me, which I thought was really interesting. All right, we'll leave that. I need a door, though. I at the very least need a door before I start handling inside stuff. All right. Actually, before we work on a doorway, let's first do a door. Object, add mesh, cube. Let's do a door first. Yeah, I don't fully understand all of YouTube's policies, but I do my best to at least try and stay within what they like. Just because I don't like having to deal with that. Ooh. I think that might be a bit too big. Let's do 235 maybe. Let's see here. Oh, wait, that's not right. Uh-oh, I might have made this a bit too short. Hold on. Let me see this real quick. Meters to feet conversion. 1 meter, 3 feet. Oh man, did I make these a foot tall? Or 3 feet tall? The Z is at 0.1. Is it this one? No. 2 meters. Oh, okay. So these are 6 feet tall. I'm gonna raise these up another foot, or another meter. Let's see here. We'll go 3 meters. This 2.75. Wait, is this gonna cause problems? I think I just need to widen up the doorway a bit. Because I think I need it to be a meter across. 5. I might even make it a little bit wider. And actually, something else I didn't even think about either. This needs to actually be mirrored across the z-axis as well. Okay, let me go ahead and increase the height of these walls real quick, because I made these way too short. Oh, is this Outer Wilds? Oh, man. Outer Wilds is a good game. Oh, wrong thing. There we go. Alright, now let's get to work on this door and doorway. Alright, let's first do the door real quick. And actually, I think I need to make a mirror on this. Let's see here. I think I'm actually going to follow something very similar to what I did for the dungeon. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna do... I might need to shorten this a bit. Let's do 0.1 instead of 0.15. Because I think 0.15 might be a little too thick. This might be a bit too thick too, but I'm gonna leave that. Okay. I am thinking... I'm actually curious. Can I use... Set new faces? I don't think so. Okay, we'll do this then. Let's do... There's a method to my madness here. Let's do 7. We'll do 3 units off. .25 to 8, I think. this one be 2, 2. Okay, and then this would be 4, 7. There we go. All right. And then what we can do is we can take all of these. Just add a little bit of shape in there. I think it will look pretty good. Then last thing I want to do, I want to add like some brackets that kind of start along the left side and end somewhere like mid right. So what I'm thinking, let's do something a little like this. Let's do see, what was this at? 1.875. Let's do 1.9. I want to make it just a little thinner. I'm thinking 0.6. This one can be at 0.7. Okay, and this one, you can do that, and then I can do one at 1.45. Oh, 1.35, my bad. There we go. Now I got them evenly spaced out, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do one more right there along the middle. Then we can grab all of these, all of these. Should be pretty good. And then what is it? Alt S, I think. Perfect. All right. And then let me hide this actually for a second. Yeah, that should work. Scale Y 0. So that should work. I might need to shorten. Actually, you know what? Let's exaggerate a little bit. I'm going to leave it a little bit exaggerated. I kind of like it. Okay. And then all I need to do, let's go and throw on the material real quick. Just kind of fix that up real quick. Oh, are they all using different materials? You know, it'll work fine. It'll work fine. I think I missed some messages here. Do you have any tips for making buildings? Like, do you have some sort of standard size for parts of the room so that everything fits together? So I try to base it off of real world sizes. everything in Unreal Engine and Blender does use actual sizes. Blender, for example, actually does size everything in meters. Unreal Engine, I think, uses centimeters or something like that. So it's a little bit more precise. So I try to just kind of picture it as close to what it would be like in reality. For example, I try to base things roughly off of my height, since I know my height and I know what things look like to me. I am a little over 6 foot. I think 6'2" to be exact. And so, and honestly, most guys are probably around there, maybe even a little bit under. They're probably around 6 foot, a little bit less, unless they're like a, unless they're like a basketball player or something like that. Those guys are really tall. So for me, what I try to do is, I know the ceiling heights for me are around 8 foot. So I try to go around 3 meters. That's about 9 feet, which should be more than enough room for most players. And I try to base most of the sizes off of just kind of general things that I do. So I actually do, I don't have it at my desk right now, but I have a tape measure that I'll actually use to try and closely size things. So like if I need to make a desk, I'll actually go and grab my tape measure. I'll measure like exactly how high it is from top of my desk all the way down to the ground. And I use that to try and measure it out. I actually did the same thing for the door as well. Doorways are actually about 3 feet. I think they're actually a little under 3 feet across. And they're usually around like 6-7 feet in height, somewhere in there. And so I try to base it somewhere around there. And I even try to slightly make it a little bit bigger as well, because we're also talking VR, right? Not every player is going to is going to fit, exact dimensions to me. Some players are going to be a little bit smaller. Some players are going to be a little bit taller. Some might be a little bit bigger than I am, skinnier than I am, whatever, So I try to just I try to size things based off of actual real world objects. And then I'll even take it just a little bit bigger, not very big, just a little bit, just in case, especially for a game like this, players have collision. I want to make sure that players aren't going to struggle to get through a doorway because they're too tall or something like that. So, I try to make things just a little bit bigger than what they are in reality. And that's kind of what I aim for personally. All right, let's see this. UV, smart UV, okay. Let's grab the faces. I need these ones, these ones, these ones. Excuse me. And then these. Let's throw right there for now. All right, so we got some a little like that. I think that's a pretty good looking door, at least for the start here. Now we need to get the doorway going. So for the doorway, what I'm thinking, I think I saw it in one of the pictures. I liked a very specific design. I liked this kind of design here. I think I actually want to change this around a little bit. And what I want to do is I want to take like a beam across like the whole, like the two, not horizontal, vertical beams that I have on the wall. And then I think what I want to do is kind of similar to what they got here, where you got like a single beam going from the ground up to that post. I have actually gone out and measured things like out in public before, like things that I don't own. I'm sure people think I'm crazy too. I honestly don't care. I am in fact crazy. But I do things for very, because I think it's the best way of doing things. Um, you know. So yeah, maybe not always. Maybe not always the best thing to be doing. I'm sure people do think we're crazy when we do stuff like that. But it is what it is sometimes. Let's see, what did I have here? Let's do 0.9. Is that what it was at? Yeah. What the heck just happened? Oh, okay. I did the wrong one. Okay. 2.5. That's what it was. All right. Okay, we'll do 2.6 here. I want just a thinner beam here, to be honest. And then we'll also do... see, this is along the X. Let's do 0.5 then. And then do the same thing here. Let's see, we'll say X, 6. Awesome. Let's go ahead and hide that door for a second. Ooh. Not vertices, faces. Wait. Why do I have this one here? Do I have an extra... You know what? It doesn't even matter. Alright, let's grab these ones. Actually, let's do this. I'm gonna grab these 4. We'll extrude along the Y. Let's actually go a little further out. Let's do 0.12. Actually, how far does the doorway come out? 0.12. Let's leave it there. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the other beam come to just the edge of the door here. Cool. And then I'm actually going to do this as well. Extrude just a bit here. Or not extrude. I'm going to bevel here just a little bit. Cool. I like that. Let's see what this looks like real quick. Just in the UV. I think I might need to smart UV real quick, just to get this all going. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna grab... let's grab some faces here. Okay, and then we'll grab everything that's left. Wrong thing. I don't know why I keep hitting the A button and that just selects everything. All right. So, and that is our doorway. Nice. It's pretty simple, but I think it'll do the trick. God dang, that lined up perfectly too, right along here. I didn't even try for that. I think I may want to see if I can add like a handle or something though. I know IRL they sync slightly below ground level, but is that more trouble than it's worth? I'm not doing any roads, at least not right now for my project. I might do some later on down the line. I don't know that I really have any tips for roads, to be honest. I don't know that I would really go so realistic as to actually sink it below ground level or anything like that. I think that's something most people probably wouldn't notice, to be honest. And honestly, having it sink below ground level like it does in real life, I don't think that would be really great. I'm assuming you mean like lower than the sidewalk or something like that. I would probably honestly try to keep it a little closer to the same height as the sidewalk. And the only reason I would say that is because I try to have as little jitter as possible in like in the floor level, because I don't want players like going just constantly twitching up and down if they're like walking a fine line between like the road and the sidewalk. I just think that can be a little bit nauseating. I don't think that's a pleasant experience for players. So I know for right now my some of the levels that I'm going to do have a little bit of like bumps and stuff. And what I'm actually going to do is for the player collision, they're not going to actually dip into those little bumps. I'm going to have it be just a flat surface that players can walk along. Because I don't want them having just like constant bumps as they're walking along. Yeah, some people can get really motion sick. I know I have family and friends who can get really motion sick about that kind of stuff too. So yeah, I absolutely would not go that realistic. That would probably be something I would try. I'd at the very least under exaggerate that dip to the point where it's almost unnoticeable, if you really were going to have any dip whatsoever. All right. I think I want to see if I can add one more thing to this door real quick. I want to see if I can add like a handle or something. Let me see. I could probably keep it simple. Just do like a little square. I might even move it a little higher. Actually, you know what? I'm going to leave it for now. I'll come back and add in a handle later. It's not critical. I think it's just going to be something that would be good to have for later. So I'm going to leave that alone for now. So we can go ahead, File, Export, FBX. Let's go and re-import this and see how this all looks. I was getting a little too used to Blender. I was trying to use my middle mouse button. Let's see here. Metal taverns. I'm just gonna delete these real quick. I actually wonder, can I have this? You have it so they all just use a specific material. Create new materials. Do not create materials. Do not import textures. I guess not. That would be a nice little thing to just have as like a little add-in. Like I can just choose what material for all of them to use. Let's go and grab these real quick. Let me close this. This is starting to annoy me too. Okay, how about I do this? This might work a little better. All right, there we go. Okay, let's save all these. Okay, so we have our floor. Actually, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna move this just a little bit off. There we go. Actually, I wonder if I need to make my own level for the tavern. I think that's something I may need to do. Would this have to be at 180 maybe? There it is. I think. Let's see this real quick. Let me bring this in just a little bit. It does leave a bit of a weird effect here in the corners. I don't know if that's necessarily a bad thing. Okay, and then we can do a little something like this. Wait. Wait. Hold on. Something is wrong here. Why are these one-sided? Why is it only the walls? I'll have to fix that in a second. Hold on. I might need to apply the mirror modifier that I was using. These are not perfectly aligned like they should be. Now, I think it's a small enough difference. It's not going to make too big a deal. I will have to look into that, though. I'll have to see how I can straighten that out a bit. Oh, I forgot to align this on the corner. That will definitely have to be fixed. Okay. Tails. That's not it. What is it? Is it Y? Just so I don't have to reposition it. Awesome. Okay, and then we can reuse it. Actually, I think I had a 10 by 10, didn't I? I did. Copy that, and then we can take this. This can be pasted. Actually, this needs to be rotated. All right, I think that would work pretty nicely for just a little starter tavern. I just need to actually fill it with stuff now. Actually, I have a few things I can fill it with. Hold on. Actually, before I do that, let me do this. I want this to be an instance level so I can unload this after the players enter the world. So let's do create new. Do an empty level. Okay, let's see here. Perfect. I'm gonna pin that open real quick. Let me see if I can find them all in the outline real quick. I can. Perfect. How do I... There's a way I can transfer it to this level. Ability change streaming method. It's in the outliner. There's a way I can transfer all these to the current level. Do I maybe drag them on? No. How do I transfer? There's a way I can make them. Ooh. Visibility, show selected, hide selected. Lighting scenario. I'm trying to remember. There's a way I can transfer them to the current level. I don't remember what it is, though. I just need to delete this and retry real quick. I might need to. Yeah, I'm gonna do that real quick. Instead of trying to fight with this forever. What did I just do? What? Okay, well it did create a new level with that, so I mean, I guess that works. Okay, apparently somehow they were already a part of the medieval level and I didn't realize, so oh well. Let me actually clear at least this one out. Save selected. Perfect. Awesome. So now let's start putting a few things in here. I don't have a ton to work with yet because I'm still trying to put some of these together. But I should still have a few things. Actually, I changed all these. Let me re-import these. I think I just need to recreate the FBXs. Let me start with the chest real quick because this one did not import it all correctly. I need to make sure this one works. Chest. Alright, perfect. Export. FBX. Let's go ahead and import this one real quick. So import assets, models, 1.1, chest. Okay, there we go. That's looking a little bit more correct. Oh, well, that's a bit oversized. Oh well, I'm gonna be using these in Actor. It'll be rescaled later. That might actually be a bit small. Maybe about there. It's just me, or does the shading look really weird on this? That might just be me. Okay. Let's go and re-import the rest of these. So let's go and close that. Close that. And we'll just go through them one at a time. So this one... Actually, I think I already have the barrel imported. I changed the name, though. Let me see here. Did I just put it in here? Barrel. Yeah, here it is. Where did I put it? Meshes. Assets. Apparently that's having some sort of weird bug. I hate that it's been having this weird bug lately where whenever you try to change the name of an object, it just doesn't work. Actually, I think I'm going to change these to actors later on. What I want to do is I want to have it so you could still grab physical objects. And so I think I'm going to need to create just a custom actor in order to handle that. Like just the basic grabbing of things. I think I can do it using the physics grab component. I would just need to be able to reposition it around the around to wherever I need it. Okay, so let's go and do this. We'll do a book. Let's grab our chair. File, export, FBX. overwrite that. See, that was the chair. We've done the chest. Let's do the cup real quick. See the hanging light I fixed. Most of these, fortunately, I should just be able to re-import and not have to worry about anything else. Oh, I put that in the wrong spot. Whoops. It's models 1 place. There we go. I think there's a few I didn't end up importing like I thought I did. So I'll have to make sure I get all of them in this time. Export. Awesome. There's our little potion bottle. I think I'm going to see if I can't make a few more revisions with just different colors as well on those. Shelves. Export. Yeah, see, this is what the table looks like right now. I think I want to change this later. I don't love this design. I want to make at least the legs different because I don't like the way that this turned out at all. I need to see if I can't make that a little bit better. I'll leave the torch because that definitely still needs a lot of work. Actually, I might end up leaving the torch out. I like the little hanging light idea I had, so I might just end up sticking with that. Grab our chair, cup, grab all of our hanging lights, all that, and re-import. Ooh. Let's reset them all to FBX. I think I may need to set their materials real quick. Let's see if I can just open all of them. Oh, perfect. I thought for a second I caused a crash. Okay, so there's that. There's that. Let me do this. It's just a little quicker. Let me do that. And then let me see, which ones did I not get in? Let's see, I don't have the book in. Let's see. I don't have the book, I don't have the plate. I think that's it. Is that all that I don't have in? I think those are the only two things I don't have in. It's just the book and the plate. Book, plate. Okay, let me make sure. Perfect. Cool. All right, now we got a few more things to work with. So let's see if we can't put some together. This feels like it might be a bit big of a room for just the starting area, but let's see. It might just be the way I'm looking at it. Okay, so we can have that. That is definitely a bit big. Yeah, the chair I'm not overly fond of either. I think I need to find better ways to do both these. These were both things that I started doing earlier on when I was kind of experimenting and seeing what I could do. But I think for now these will work fine. I'll have to at least get the general idea for what I was going for. I will, however... actually, I'll worry about it in a second. I was going to set simulate physics on all these, but I'll leave that for a second. Let's see, we also have some cups. Oh. So let's do this. Let me first position a few of these around the room. I think maybe we have like 4 just positioned around the room. Not gonna worry about too much about positioning right now. I just need a general idea. I think that'll do. Now what I'm thinking is over here in the corner we can have like just a little tavern area or like the barkeep station. Let's see here. So for now we can put up some shelves, which look like they might be a bit oversized for the room. Auto generate collision on all my imports. Usually, yeah. For the most part, it usually works just fine. There's some cases where I may have to make changes. I've had issues, for example, where if you're dealing with like a flat plane, sometimes that won't generate collisions correctly. So sometimes you do have to manually do that. I have had, I do sometimes have to just change it up. If Unreal just didn't generate the collision quite correctly. Like sometimes, for example, you'll have issues where if you have like a hole, like right here in this table, I can already guarantee there's probably an issue here with the player where the player will probably have like a collision underneath as well. I don't know if that's going to affect things like weapons, which are probably the more important things. But I can almost guarantee that Unreal has kind of filled in the collision area underneath this table in between these legs here. And it's probably done the same for these tables. It's probably done the same thing for these shelves as well. Oh yeah, I forgot I removed a bunch of stuff. But I'm assuming it's probably done the same for the shelves. Sometimes it causes issues, sometimes it doesn't. It kind of depends on what you're doing. Usually those kinds of things will only really interfere with the player. But given that these are players that the player can't actually move into, I don't really think it's going to be any issue or anything like that. So I'm not super concerned about it. I may need to make a few changes here and there, but like I said, I'm not super concerned about it. Let me see. What am I doing? Variable cell shading. Okay. So I guess that fixed itself. Hold on. So yeah, I usually start by at least automatically generating it. And then if there happens to be any issues, then it's at that point that I'll end up going in and saying, okay, what do I need to fix and why? And that's kind of just the way I usually handle things. These are all things that aren't even in use. Why is this an issue? None of these are connected. I don't know why that's causing errors. Okay. Cast to pawn. I think this is supposed to be cast to pawn like this. Do that. That. Okay, so there's that. I think I'm gonna put some like little bits of dirt here, or like these little slabs here, just to make it look like people like came in a little dirtily, like a little dirty and all that. I do some C++ coding. For this project, I'm mostly using it for the multiplayer stuff. Because I'm trying to do my own little multiplayer configuration, which is going pretty well. I'll just need to figure out the like how to have it so players can kind of connect to any, because I would like to have it so players can host their own servers, and I do want to have it so I can host servers for players to join. So I do need to figure that out. Most of C++ coding I usually don't do on stream, just because to me it seems like it might be a little bit long and tedious for most people, and most people usually come asking for blueprint stuff. So, but yeah, I mean, this is actually part of the plugin. I'm having issues with that. So like this is like all of my game mode base that I'm currently working on. That's actually the server. The server itself, as like the main host. The game mode mostly just acts as a client, but later on I want to integrate that server stuff in. And I also want to set up broadcasting so players can actually join on local networks without having to fight with anything. Let's see what else we got here. Let's see, let's set up some plates. Make them a bit over exaggerated. Okay, and then we can have on this closer one, we can have like some books. I didn't really size these things down correctly because I wasn't thinking at the time, like I probably should have been. Do you do a lot of C++ coding yourself at night, or not really? Here we go. 1, 1. Oh, I need to set up something for that. Hold on. This needs to be sized down. That. I was not thinking about that. Let me see. Can I maybe do this? Will this look good? I just kind of embed it in the wall bit. Actually, that looks pretty good. A little something like that. I don't know if I love that. I think I may need to come back and redesign this little hook that I have for the lantern. Let me position a couple of these around, though. Let's see here. Thinking maybe like one on every other post. Oh, that did not line up correctly. Hold on. I was not even paying attention to that. That should have lined up with the post there. There we go. That's better. Rotate all these by 180. And we'll push them back into the walls on the opposite side. There we go. Awesome. It's looking pretty good. And then last little step, let's go ahead, grab all of these things. Come on. Click. 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 Okay. I'll also go and grab all these as well. All right. Details. Simulate physics. Awesome. Let's see what happens. Oh, I forgot to make sure that was visible. Change always. Oh, yep. Okay. All right, so these need their collision changed. Let's go in here. So this should actually be a pretty simple fix. Let me see here. Show. See the simple and the complex. Yeah. Let me try this. Sometimes this is just a really simple fix in case you ever have an issue. Sometimes, usually, so you can actually see here, at the beginning of COVID lockdown now, just getting back. So I'm pushing more time rail. That's pretty cool. I mean, hey, that's the way to do it, right? In case, Sans, you're still around. So this is kind of like what I was talking about with the collision. I can kind of tell what's already happening. So we can actually see one of the issues with collision here. So you can see if I hit simulate, all these kind of pop out. And the reason for that is because the shelves, the collision that they're using is actually going to be the simple collision. You can see that this just kind of fills the whole thing. Usually when you have an issue with the collision like that, sometimes what you can do, you can see I already have a complex collision that was automatically generated, and that's actually a little bit more accurate. You can see, you know, we don't have any fillings in the holes. So I can just come over here and change the collision complexity, use complex collision as simple, and that should, most of the time, end up just fixing it just like that. I think the stools over here might be doing the same thing. I think I saw some of them twitch, but that could also be because they're on the wall. Let me have a look here. Let's see here. What does that collision look like underneath? Yeah, it does come forward a bit. So I am just going to go and change that complexity to complex as simple. Let me see. I don't know if that's going to change any of them. Yeah, they're not shooting back as much now. They're just kind of shifting up. I think that works a little bit better. I don't know if that's really that big a deal, but especially when you got like gaps in the meshes, like between vertices and things like that, that tends to cause an awful lot of collision issues if you use the auto generate. Most everything else should probably be fine. The walls might actually, I might need to switch them to using complex. Let me see what their complex looks like real quick. And I might only really need that. Actually, I don't know that that's something I need, to be honest. I don't know that it needs to be set to complex. I think simple might just be fine. The floor I definitely want to be simple. I want that to just be a simple box. So I'm just going to make sure that is set to simple. Because there is no way that I'm using the complex collision on that. It is unrealistic. You should be able to, I think. If it's really that much of an issue and like it's just not letting you, you can. It's a bit more of a pain in the butt, but you can come up here, do collision, and sometimes you can do a couple things. I would start by trying to use the auto convex. You can use this to try and generate a collision automatically. Let me set this back to project default. Let me turn this up. Just so you know, this may end up lagging out your computer. Trying to see if this will work. I don't think it is. I know there's a way to get the convex collision working. I don't think it wants to, though. I don't know why. Or you can come up here, and you can also, you can like add a box collision or sphere collision. All that kind of stuff. So like I could make like this whole thing a sphere, and it would just be completely unrealistic to the actual shape of the floor. Or I could come over here and I could make it a box so it's a little closer. If I go and disable that, you can see this green box is actually the collision. Ooh, not that. Keep clicking the wrong things. So I can like shift around the box as well if I need to adjust the collision. But yeah, there's a bunch of different things. I think I just deleted my collision. I think I just deleted my collision on this. Hold on. Simple. Yeah, I did. Hold on. Just go and add a box on there. Did I add physics to this? I did. So you can actually see it over here in this barrel, for example. That's actually hitting just fine. Into lightweight instance for Unreal. It's a new instance mesh actor system in Unreal 5 that allows models to be instance stack meshes, high performance, but can be swapped. For full actors with functionality. Interesting. Kind of a hidden gem at the moment, but wonderful for swapped out for the fully functional actor when interacted with. Really? Hold on, I have to look into this. Hold on, you said it was called lightweight instance. Unreal Engine. If this does what you think it is, thank you. I cannot say how much this would be helpful. Lightweight instances, Unreal Engine 5. Let me see here. What is this? Lightweight instances are a new UE5 feature. Sneaked. It's snuck. I don't think sneaked is a word. Hold on. Hold on. I don't think sneaked is a word. I'm pretty sure it's snuck. Hold on, is this a common thing? Is it sneaked? I could have sworn it was snuck. I thought it was snuck. I didn't think sneaked was a word. That doesn't sound right. Has this been an ongoing thing for a while. Hold on. Is the verb sneaked correct? Like leaked as the passive leak. Sneaked is the past tense of sneak. So is supposed to be sneaked. Regular becoming irregular over time, and it may well be the only one that follows this pattern. Snuck is also used as the past tense of the word sneaked. Snuck is formed by removing several letters of the original verb sneak and adding other. I have. So I'll be honest. I've never heard anybody say the word sneaked. I've always thought it was snuck. But it looks like it looks like you're right. It's. I think it was the opening of 2001: A Space Odyssey. Achieved widespread acceptance and usage in edited writing. Okay, so both are technically correct. In Britain, it looks like they generally prefer the word sneak, though, and it looks like generally snuck is accepted. Okay. Okay. Oh well. Oh, that's loud. All right, and this is by Amir Ansari. So thank you, Amir. If this, I'm hoping this does exactly what I think it does. I'm gonna silence this for a second.
Let's talk about the scenario, right? So let's say you
I'm gonna fast forward a bit.
like hundreds instances here at this location, and it would be cheaper than placing individual kind of meshes in your work. But there was a problem, right? Or I would say there's a problem.
Like most things, we get options.
All these
I love it.
meshes are part of the
Hey,
same.
options are important. All right.
So, for example, if I wanted to interact with this chair, I'm interacting with the blueprint that is shared, among all the chairs here. So, we can already see the problem. Let's say if you wanted to have individual health on this chair, right? The health value on this chair. That's not quite easy to do, right? Or I would say at least there's not a clean way of doing it. And that, right? Create instances editor. Just enable that.
Okay, so it is a beta plugin.
Then you can restart and
That could be.
if you are set.
That could be why I have not heard of this.
In a lot
Unreal does keep their beta and alpha plugins pretty quiet sometimes.
it's way of saying that hey, we don't
Or
need
Epic
all
does.
this information. We just need to know where it is, and that's all. I could have used the same method, but again, we would have the problem.
Okay, I wanted to know how this worked. Hold on.
And then that's all. And
Wait, did he say you just enable a plugin? That's it?
light version of it, right? It's way of saying that hey, we don't really need all this information. We just need to know where it is, and kind of like what class it is, or how it looks like, and then that's all. And we wanted to do that in a cheap way. So I have done an example here, right? So I have features here. I could have used the same method, but again, we would have the problem that they are part of the same blueprint. But if you can see here, I can click them individually. And if you have noticed it, right, if you have noticed it, that this kind of panel looks different compared to a blueprint actor panel here. It just has transformed. And basically, basically we just need a transform. We don't need anything else here, right? This is all we need to know about it.
Oh, you know.
So, in order to do that, we need to create a blueprint class. And I was quite surprised to see, the new system is actually already exposed to blueprint.
This was the video you learned it from. It was the first one that popped up when I looked at it. It was some documentation, like the first one that I saw.
Manager here.
The Unreal does look like they have some documentation on it as well, but not very well.
Lightweight instance manager. This is
Light-
the base class for the managers, right?
Okay.
It accepts actor classes, any actor class that you want.
Lightweight
and
instance
you can
manager.
represent it The
Okay.
difference here is that you can actually show that in the wall, right? You can use a static mesh to kind of like display that the player that here at this location, this chair exists. So, you create that, and I've already created here.
Okay.
You open the blueprint. It's pretty, simple blueprint here. It has a component, a native component, a hierarchy instance,
Oh.
static mesh component, and the most important setting here is this represented
Oh,
actor.
this is using the
Now,
instant static
LOD
mesh
is
component.
a manager that you should manage all the lightweight instances
Oh
in the map,
no.
right? And this is our blueprint, which is just a blueprint that has a static mesh here, right?
Can give it a shot.
The second thing that
I've
you
had
do
so many
is
issues with the
go
instant
to
static mesh
model
component.
and tell it how you want to display
I
it.
don't know how well this is gonna
Just click the
work.
mesh here, the SM chair, and that's how we represent it. And that's all you have to do. Then you would just place it in the word, right? I've already placed it here. Lightweight manager here, and it just exists there. And if you have noticed here, you have three elements here, and these are basically represent these creatures here. Um, Now let's add a new kind of instance. So you would just place your actor, normally there's a blueprint actor here. You would select them, right? Then go up here under the actor menu, and since we have enabled the plugin, we now have a new option here. Click it, and that's all we have to do. Now if you click them, you can see they have already been converted to the lightweight instances. And if you go back to the manager, you can see now we have 5, which are these extras. Now,
Do they all have to be the same
the
though?
thing about this is that this has been already implemented in the engine, right? For example, if you are using a trace function, you don't have to change anything. And if you point at them, you can see they are already being detected. They are already being hit here, right? You don't have to change anything. You don't have to
So
write a custom logic.
the issue I had with I had several issues actually with the instant static mesh component. One, I noticed. So I actually tried using it for my dungeon generator, and I noticed. Let me pause this for a second. I noticed a couple things. One was that the instant static meshes actually ended up doing worse for performance than regular static meshes, at least on the Quest 2. I don't know if the same thing is true on PC, but on the Quest 2, I noticed I actually ended up getting worse performance than if I just used static mesh components. I wasn't able to find a ton of information on this, but something I did find, mostly on older forums, so I don't know if it was just an ongoing problem or maybe there's just something I didn't understand. But one of the things that I had found was there at least were reports that the instant static mesh components actually don't work on mobile hardware. The other thing that I'd run into is instant static meshes don't work well for things like LODs, and sometimes it does weird things to collisions. Like for example, LODs I think was like the biggest problem that I had with this, or if I tried to what's it called? Distance cull. The problem I ran into is if you took say you took like a floor for a dungeon generator, right? If you had a 5x5 floor, you would have the distance culling, or I'm sorry, not the distance culling. The LOD would be based off of the size of that whole mesh. It would not be based off the size of any individual mesh. It'd be based off the size of the whole mesh before you were able to turn down LOD for that instant static mesh. Same thing for a 10 by 10. If you had a 10 by 10, that meant you had to be even further away in order to trigger the next LOD down than if you were looking at one that was a 5 by 5. And so it caused a lot of performance issues when I was trying to do that. I didn't try hierarchical instant stack meshes from what I... do hierarchical instant stack meshes allow for that? I was not aware of that. Okay. I'll see about giving this a shot. I'm a little skeptical just because I had so many issues with instant static meshes. And that's what this seems to be based off of. So we'll have to see.
lightweight instance, and that's what we just did, right? We convert them to a lightweight instance, and it has a second method.
Okay, I wasn't able to find that when I was looking around. I understood it was basically the same thing as an instant stack mesh.
Use class, right? And that can be done runtime.
Yeah, I understood both hierarchical and just regular instant stack meshes were the exact same thing. I did not know there was any difference whatsoever.
The transform,
I even tried looking around most forums that I went to. They were like, "Oh, they're the exact same thing." I was like, "There's got to be some difference to them."
we want to sit,
Now I know.
we want to break it down, we want to select it. So, and this is where it's important to kind of look into um, the blueprint of the player character, right? I am just doing the trace, that trace from the eye of the character, and I'm getting the hit actor. I'm just displaying its name. Now, this hit actor can be a lightweight instance, or it can be just a character, right?
On
And
Twitter, you'll love
this
this
is
stuff.
the
Hey, we're using threads now, all right? Twitter doesn't exist anymore.
lightweight instance. For example, if we cast to them, if you get their display name, if you run a function on them, they are automatically converted to
I don't even know what Twitter is anymore.
actual attribute. And then you can get their display name, you can get their you can call a function on them. You don't have to actually run anything or run any custom logic to convert them back. Now, let's try that, right? Let's say the moment I hit one of those lightweight instances, I cast to its class, right? I cast to its class.
I did create a Threads account. I've not really done very much on there yet, but I have created one so far.
A simple function that just displays the name.
I haven't been on Twitter in a while. Do people still have people started leaving Twitter? I think I started hearing that.
The fastest thing that I can come up with. But now, if we look at it, I can just look at the chairs, and I already called a function on them. I didn't have to do any custom logic.
Okay.
Convert them back.
Yeah, I heard that. I've heard rumors that people are flocking over to Threads. I don't know how true it was though.
Setting the health value of one of the chairs, and that's why I'm using a 2 ones, to 50, right? So the first chair that we look at, the health is going to be set to 50. So let's say this, right? Now, as you can see, the health is 50, 100, 100, again 50, and this has already been done automatically behind the scene. You could also try it with
You know, that's fair enough. I wouldn't want to start over either.
once we hit, you can see it's not there, and then when we play, look at it, as you can see, our actually being spawning the moment we actually interact.
Oh, interesting.
Now, another point about this is that we are only
Interesting. I'm curious though. I'm looking at this how they spawn and it doesn't look like they despawn. I wonder if this is really going to be any better, only because players spawn into levels and then immediately want to touch everything when they're in VR. They would just immediately start spawning everything in the levels.
storing its transform on the lightweight instance of this actor. But again, you can extend this and add any custom
Gonna be a while, but he got shouted out by level 80 for his.
statistical.
Okay, very nice.
You can actually use that data without actually spawning the actor itself. So I think it's very important, and it's really cool that you can do that. Um, I'm gonna talk about another point, but this is more towards those spike specification.
Okay, I think I'll give this a shot just to see how this ends up working.
And then the sixth, the virtual.
I think it might end up working out pretty nicely. I would like to see if maybe I can play around with it to see if I might be able to despawn them when they're no longer being used or something. Yeah. Wait, hold on. Did I miss a message? Hold on. I think I missed a message. Even without the lightweight instance. Yeah, I don't know. Here's the thing, too. I've spent 6 months trying to perfect everything in terms of performance. I don't know if it's worth trying, spending a couple weeks just trying to play around with this. Let's at least enable it. Let's have a look at this real quick. Let's at least have a look at it because I think I may have an idea. I did not realize I was still simulating over here. Let's enable this plugin because I at least want to have a look at it. Yeah, yeah, Found Studio, yeah. All right, let's see here. Lightweight instance. Well, there's the lightweight instances editor. Is this what I need to enable? I think that's it. All right, let's go ahead, close that down. And then we'll restart it. Let's see. Let's at least play around with it and see. I did order some Vive ones that should be here next week. I should finally be able to test in the headset again on my computer so I could start doing that during live streams again. Actually, I could see if I could set my Quest 2 up, but I was having issues with ALVR earlier. Let's see here. Maybe I should at least try real quick. Hold on. Come here. ALVR tends to give me an awful lot of problems. I like it, don't get me wrong, it works well, but ALVR has a lot of problems, especially on Linux. ALVR, launch Steam VR. Oh, now you're asking me for the boundary? What the? Come on, let me switch to stationary. Come here. It's not disconnected. It's waiting for the connection. What is going on? I think I broke OpenXR or something on my computer, if I'm completely honest. I think I did something to it. Control socket filter. Let me do something here real quick. Let me, out of the way, please. Can I reset all these? At least some of these. Those don't need to be reset. I wonder if maybe I just screwed around with this setting and it broke it. It's like failing to make this connection or something. I don't know what's going on. I wonder if I need to open up a port or something on my computer. I'll look into this a little bit more. I don't know what's going on. All right, let's at least have a look at this instance, the lightweight instances. All right. Let's see here. If we took, let's see here. Blueprints, new folder, lightweight instance. Going to open this up. Search lightweight instance. Let's see. I think I need, for everything that I have in the level right now, I think I would need an instance static mesh manager. Lightweight static mesh. I'm going to do one of each, though, just so I can see. Lightweight. Actor. We'll call it that. All right, let's see here. So if I am, let me make sure I'm in the right level. There we go. Oh, of course, the plugin screwed with that. All right, so if I took this, put this, just center it. Okay, so does it need to be used for a specific mesh? Or can I use just like a whole bunch of different ones? If I took a bunch of these, see, what did he do? It was 2 lightweight instances. Here we go. Oh. Lightweight instance manager. Hold on, let's see here. Okay, it has the instance transforms. I must have broken something because there's no meshes. Hold on. I've already broken it. I've already broken it. It's been less than 5 minutes. Let's try this again. We'll do a plot. There we go. Okay, so if I took this again, and let's put around some plates, I guess. I wonder though if I have to precisely place all this though, because I wonder if that's going to disable physics as well until something happens. Because I think it's supposed to be completely stationary until something interacts with it, right? That was my understanding. Some crazy... Oh! I am not getting that on my screen. Hold on, let's try this. Let's go and stop this. I'll restart it. I did not see you were getting that. Hold on. I actually don't need that open anymore. That can go. What time is it? Oh, 4:30. Let's see if we can't play around. Oh, I knocked my camera. Yeah, I'd assume it might be static. So I might have to like precisely place those around the level and make sure that there's like no issues whatsoever. Which might not be a big deal if it does help with performance. But I'm also curious if that would mean like if a player threw something and it hit another object, does that mean it would just like bounce off of it like it didn't move? Or does that mean it would start? How would that work too? That is true. It is possible that just having physics start simulating like that could bring it. Let's see here. We're gonna find out all these the answers to all these questions and more after this short break. See, that's the other thing, though. If that counts as an interaction, then does that mean I'm just instantly spawning all of them anyways again? I mean, I can precisely place them. You know, it's not going to be a huge problem. Okay, hopefully the stream hasn't caught up with where I'm at. I'm going to keep going until it catches up, and we'll see if this fixes itself. Light. Okay, I need to respawn it in. Plate. Okay, so if I took... Actually, this one I need to scale. Let me do this real quick. Looks good now? All right. Maybe it's just the stream that I have running here. Maybe my laptop. Oh, my laptop's not live, so my laptop's behind. Okay. That would explain it. All right. So let's try this. So it was here, actor to lightweight. Am I clicking the wrong thing? To lightweight. What is going on? Hold on. What if I try with an actor real quick? Hold on, let me delete this real quick. Let me try with an actor, because I think with this, take details. Okay, nothing happens here. So let me try this then. What if I drop in just a plate here? 1-1. Plate. Let's just drop in 1. Can I do it from here? I guess I can't. Okay. 2 lightweight instances. Nope, that's despawning too. What is going on? Let me see here. Details. It's not even an instance transform. It just didn't even go. It did spawn a manager, it looks like. Let me do this. If I add an instance transform. Yeah, there's nothing there. What if I do this? Hold on. Outliner. Make sure I don't have any. Did I do something wrong? I don't know if I did something wrong or like what happened. You might have to add one to the instance array to see it. It's getting added when I do that. The array is being added. Let me see here. Let me see exactly what he's doing. Okay, so he created a lightweight instance manager. Oh no, he created a static mesh manager. Okay. So do I maybe need to set it before I drop it in the level? Let me try this. So hold on, delete that. Static mesh, open. What if I did this? If I set this to plate and then drop it in. Let me see if that works. Drop that in. And then we go to 1-1. If I drop in another plate. Okay. Now if I go to actor and then convert to lightweight instances. Nope, it disappears. Let me double check, all right? Just to prove it, all right? Look, I go in here. I do have an instance transform. Okay? It's exactly at the spot where the plate was. Like, it's just not even there anymore. It just disappears the moment I do that. It just doesn't exist. I don't see it anywhere. What if I hit simulate? Is it because it's a level instance? No. If I look up plate. No, static mesh. Okay, that's something up there. Yeah, it's never spawning in. I have to be screwing something up. Let me see here.
The most important setting here is this represented class. We are telling this blueprint or this manager that you should manage all the lightweight instances of this class, right? And this is our blueprint.
Oh, wait, is that why? Hold on, represented class. That could be why. Let's try that. He did say it was the most important thing. So let me see here. Represented class. Let me just grab a static mesh actor. Drop that in there. Oh. Uh-oh. In case my stream stops. Oh, okay, there it goes. Oh. I can't click on this. Ooh. Why can I not click on it? God dang it. I can't click on anything. Hold on, let me see. There's a way I think I can open up my console. Hold on. Definitely bug. Oh, wait. Can I mouse over it? How did I do that? I moused over it for a second. How did I do that? Control Alt F1 might fix it. Oh my